Hello, this is AnlineOffline. Welcome back to another casual quick guide to Call of Duty Mobile. For today's video, we'll be covering the Shorty. Introduced in Season 5 of 2021, the Shorty is a sawed-off over-under double-barrel shotgun in the pistol class. It's a version of the infamous 725 from Modern Warfare 2019, specifically the CQBoom blueprint, with a sawed-off barrel equipped. It reappeared in 2022's Modern Warfare 2 reboot, renamed as the Lockwood 300. All of the following are based on the Browning Citori 725. John Browning patented many iconic arms that would make their way into video games such as Call of Duty. His final project was an over-under box-lock shotgun, known as the Browning Superposed. He passed away in 1926, and his son Val refined it for commercial production. In the 70s, the Miroku Corporation of Japan was licensed by Browning Arms to produce the Citori as a more affordable version of the Superposed. Of course, other double barrels have appeared in the Call of Duty franchise. Its fellow over-under, the Olympia by Rottweil, has appeared in Black Ops 1 and 3. The Rangers from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare Remastered were side-by-sides that could be akimboed. The World War II era games had their side-by-sides as well. As for a double-barrel pistol, Black Ops 3 and Cold War had the Marshall. But back to Mobile's Shorty. It has an odd pellet count of 9 per shot, as opposed to the more conventional 8 or 12. For a pistol, it deals significant damage, but compared to shotguns, base damage is average. However, because the Shorty is integrally sawed off and has no barrel attachments, its range is very limited. Consistent one-shot kills with hipfire are confined within point-blank range. If you max out on range and ADS accuracy, you could one-shot up to 12 meters, but it's not consistent even on a still target. Thus, follow-up shots are vital. The semi-auto fire rate is capped at 200 rounds per minute, which is the same as the base J3 revolver. You could 2-tap up to 20 meters with a max accuracy build, but again, it's not always consistent. As for accuracy, the pattern is unusual. Of the 9 pellets, 5 are in the center and 4 around. It may seem promising for a shotgun to have a majority of its pellets centered, but the Shorty's ADS bloom is the worst in the game by a noticeable margin. And on top of its poor accuracy, both the strong recoil and high flinch can easily throw off your aim. Luckily, its hipfire is average for a shotgun, and is unaffected by recoil or flinch. Although Slugs have improved for most shotguns, the same cannot be said for the Shorty. It comes with a 15% range boost, but the one-shot range is still very limited. Yes, you could extend it with headshots and could two-shot across the map. Unfortunately, the poor accuracy still carries over, and it will struggle to shoot straight past 10 meters even with max accuracy attachments. Thus, the Shorty is the hardest gun in the game to grind long shots for. You're better off doing so with base buckshots in hardcore. In terms of mobility, base movement speeds are below that of most pistols, and it doesn't have attachments to boost it, but it's on par with high-end SMGs which are faster than shotguns. The Shorty has the fastest base ADS speed in the game, but its sprint out time is on par with most shotguns and LMGs. Because it's a double barrel, you'll be doing a lot of swapping and reloading. Like the Rytec, it has an unusually fast drop time. Reloading takes the same time whether or not your tubes are empty. Unfortunately, the add times window is so narrow that it makes reload cancelling not viable, so it might be worth using sleight of hand. Looking back on it now, when COD Mobile used to release multiple guns per season, not all of them were the highest quality ports, at least compared to what we get nowadays. Much like the DRH and the SCAR, they took a blueprint of the 725 as a base for the Shorty. But after seeing its infamy in Modern Warfare 2019, our devs must have decided to permanently restrict its range by disabling barrel attachments. Although nowhere near as broken as a sawed-off pistol, the Shorty was the best secondary after the Akimbo Eagles were nerfed. and rivaled melee weapons like the katana. Performance-wise, it was like a pocket BY-15 if it were a 2-round semi-auto. After some complaints, its range and accuracy were nerfed a couple seasons later. Still, it was able to somewhat contend with the prime MX-9. Personally, I didn't think it deserved a second nerf to its damage, recoil, and fire rate, as melee weapons have been mostly unopposed since. 2022 attempted to scale back some of its nerfs. Season 4 provided a bloom buff. Season 6 completely readjusted shotguns, trading damage for more pellets. It also buffed the Shorty's fire rate for a readjusted swap time. Early 2023 buffed its damage and later offered optimization. Other than that, the Shorty hasn't been worth using since its second nerf from 2 years ago, and it doesn't help with the recent emphasis on impact and high flinch. So understandably, the Shorty still needs buffs. The biggest issue is the difficulty of grinding long shots. The proper shotguns no longer have such a task, but the Shorty as a pistol still has to do so. So either change the challenge, or improve the accuracy. And while we're at it, why not give the Slugs a bloom boost, like with the HSO? Would it be overpowered if it could shoot straight? No. It also wouldn't hurt if the second range could kill in 6 pellets instead of 7 of 9. And lastly, if I said that the 725 should get Akimbo, the Modern Warfare reboot player base would crucify me. But in mobile, it could work. The base version already functions like the Rangers, and it would be kept in check by reduced damage, pellet counts, a slower fire rate, slower reloading, and no options to slide cancel or reload cancel. Of course, there are other suggestions like making reload canceling viable, or adding ammo conversions like the Frag Slugs or Dragon's Breath that came with 2022's Lockwood 300. But let's start with making long shots possible encountering melee weapons. But hey, that's just my opinion. This has been a Casual's quick guide. Feel free to suggest what weapons you want to see covered next. My name is On, and I'm off.